Hi everybody, my name is Miguel. I'm a mechanical engineering student and currently I work as a Apple College support advisor. And basically I've been working there for about a year now basically, and I just wanted to give my thoughts about this position and maybe a little bit of insight for anybody that's trying to get this position. So what is an Apple College advisor really? Essentially, it's just a call center. So basically, whenever anybody calls in for help with their device, and it's an iPhone, an Apple Watch, or an AirTag, or essentially anything Apple related, I'm gonna be the one that picks up that phone essentially, and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit. I'm gonna maybe reassure you a little bit. We're gonna talk about what's going on with the device, and then we can talk about what the next steps are. Whether it's gonna be me troubleshooting it, whether I have to transfer you to somebody else to troubleshoot that, or if I have to take him into the store because the device just needs to be replaced or whatever it may be. So that's essentially what I do as my position. That's what an Apple College support advisor does, and yeah, it's a work from home position, so they give you all the tools. So a little bit of a background on me. I started back in June of 2022. I went through two interviews. The first one was basically with a recruiter. They asked you pretty basic questions, like just to basically prove you're not a robot. I think it's because a lot of people apply to the position and they wanna get rid of the people that are not gonna be worth interviewing. And then the second interview is the one where you're actually like sitting down and talking to people. Me personally, I talked to two Apple employees. It was the two hiring managers at the time that they were, and basically they asked me some pretty straightforward questions. We went through all the questions. The interview probably lasted maybe 45 minutes in total, maybe an hour. And yeah, we went from there. Soon after that, I began training because I got the position, and the training lasted about a month. And then once that month ended, I started taking calls on my own, and I've been taking calls on my own ever since to this day. So it's been a pretty great experience so far, and I just want to highlight some of the things that I'm really enjoying so far and let the world know, essentially. So there are many things that I love about this position. For instance, one of the things that I enjoy is the flexibility of the schedule, really, and how it works with your school schedule. Essentially, every 4 months, or essentially at the beginning of every semester, you send in your school schedule that you've already signed up for, and then they'll make a schedule around it, which I think is awesome. Especially like for a college student, whenever you're working like a service job, like out there, like being a server or whatever it may be. A lot of the time, you don't have that flexibility. You have to work what they tell you to work. But here, we have enough employees so that we can just work around our schedules, and it always works out in our favor. So I think it's a great job for college students in that aspect. Another thing that I love is the discounts. I already purchase Apple products a lot of the time, so being able to get a discount on top of that already, since I'm already gonna purchase it anyways, I think it's pretty great. Ever since then, I think I've gotten like an Apple Watch, an iPad, an iPhone. I think that's all the Apple products I've gotten so far, but yeah, it's pretty nice. So not only do we get discounts for Apple products, we actually get discounts for pretty much anything you can think of, like Logitech keyboard, mouse, headsets from Bose. I mean, you if you want something, you could probably find it somewhere in our. We have an Apple website that's just for Apple employees, and we're able to basically look through all the discounts. We're actually even able to get a brand new like vehicle from most manufacturers at MSRP, so you wouldn't have to like hassle with like the person that you're purchasing the car from. So that's fantastic. Honestly, I've definitely gotten a couple of things from there. You can also get like tickets to amusement parks and discounts on just random goodies. You also get random goodies every other month, honestly. So this past month we got like a snack box. They just sent us over the mail. They basically said since we're doing a good job, we got a box with a bunch of snacks. We got it was it was during finals week. I got like popcorn, fruit roll ups, Just a bunch of random candy, really. And a couple like 2 months ago, I actually got a Roomba. Just a random Roomba came into my mail, and it was from the Apple College support people, and I was like, great, nice, a Roomba. We also get paid fairly well, I would say, for a position where I think it's not crazy difficult. I think we get compensated very well, and we also get tuition reimbursement, which is I think one of the best parts for me personally. Having to basically you're getting paid and then you're getting more money on top of that for college. I think it's just a win-win scenario there. I think it's a fantastic thing that they have going on there, and it's a good more portion. You get it every single year, so yeah. By far, though, my favorite thing about working at Apple is being able to network with pretty much anybody in the company. So, what I mean by that is whenever you get hired on, you get added to the Slack. And in this Slack, you essentially get access to all the channels that any employee at Apple gets, whether it's an engineer, a computer scientist, a UX designer, anybody. So, that also means you get access to the managers and hiring managers and anybody. So what I like to do, since I have access to the Slack, I like to message recruiters, managers, and people in the position that I want to work at some time in my future. So I cannot tell you how much it's helped me being able to talk to them about their position, their to see what they do day to day. You're always curious what is going on behind the curtain. So for me, it's been super immersive and super fun just being able to talk to a bunch of engineers, asking them, what's your experience like at Apple? How can I get through the door? Not only that, if you build those good relationships with those people, you'll end up getting interviews. You get recommended for positions, and that's what I've been doing. I've been talking to a lot of people. I've gotten to know a lot of great engineers, and I have a really good friend of mine that works there now, and they referred me to a position, and I've gotten a few interviews now, so all is good. That definitely my favorite part so far is that being able to network with people. So actually, we have a way so that if you see a posting that you like online, you can actually go to that posting on our side on our computer, and you can see who the hiring manager is. You can message them directly. You can set up a call with them. It's just so nice. So, and not only that, every quarter we get about 2 hours of development time. So with that development time, you can basically develop yourself, which includes talking to these managers. So you basically get paid to do this. So definitely nice, and it makes it a lot easier to get a position at a tech company like Apple, for instance. So yeah, like any other job though, there's always going to be cons. And really, I only have one thing that I don't enjoy about this job, and it can be whenever like a angry customer calls in, or just somebody that's trying to hassle you. Really, I think it's hard dealing with these people, and I mean, as you could imagine, like in any other position, but for some reason, whenever people are calling in, it just gets so much worse because I guess they feel like since they can't see you, they're not like in front of you like to get into a fight or anything. It's kind of like they can just say whatever they want, and we really can't say anything back. Um, I've had some pretty crazy calls. I've also had some pretty mean customers, but at the end of the day, once the call's over, I'm still gonna be fine. So it's not a huge deal. Everybody's gonna call in, but honestly, as time has gone on, it feels like it's been happening less and less. I think it's maybe because I'm getting better at dealing with these kind of people. A lot of the time, it just doesn't. I'm unbothered now. It doesn't happen crazy often. I think maybe once a week where I get a customer that's like, "Let me talk to your manager" type of deal, but not too bad at all, I think. And I think you're gonna deal with this anywhere you go. So it's like you just gotta pick your poison. So, but I mean, I understand. You're calling in, your device is broken. You're just trying to get it fixed, right? And a lot of people are upset because they think it's going to cost a lot or whatever it may be, and sometimes it does. But it's just about how you talk to the customer and how you show them their options. I think. So yeah. Overall, though, I think it's a great position. I don't have much bad to say about it. The position itself is fantastic. I would say for any college student that needs a job and is flexible with school and it gives them access to tools and resources that they would not have otherwise. I think this position would help for not only pay for school through the pay, but also through that reimbursement. Uh, I think the hardest part really is just getting the position. Whenever we got hired on, actually, they told us it's easier to win the lottery than to get hired for this position. And I mean, I believe it. Everybody around the world wants to work for Apple in some capacity, way, or form. And I was able to be lucky enough to be chosen to be. And I'm grateful for that. So, yeah. And I mean, that's really all for me on my pros and cons about what I think about the position. I think there's definitely a lot that I left out, and there's still a lot more detail that I could go into. But if anybody wants me to make another video describing anything in particular, or the interview process more in depth, like questions that were asked to me, I would definitely be open to talking about it. Just gotta leave a comment, let me know if you have any questions, and I can definitely make a follow-up video talking about it. Or if anybody just has any general questions, I can definitely help out with that, or questions about your device, I can also help you troubleshoot that. I'll let you know what the next steps would be. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed, and you have a nice day. Okay, bye bye.